Well, now before I put the motor back in, I think what I'm going to do is lube the rest of the turntable here. I'll just use a small screwdriver and some white lithium grease. And that seems to work pretty good. The screwdriver I'll use for getting into small areas, like up in here. I'll just do it with my finger on the surface here. Okay. There's a little bit of gunk on this washer here. It's more like a bearing surface. If you look at the bottom of the turntable here, let's see if I can get this in here. Okay, this brass bushing, it rides on the surface too. So you want this nice and smooth. Besides this surface, so it rides nice and smoothly. So that's why I'm cleaning that up. And it's coming right off, so I'm not even using any cleaners or anything. It's pretty clean anyways. Yeah, that feels nice and smooth. So let's just, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bearing surface here, and it's recessed in here, and it sticks up, bumps out back here again, and it rides on this surface. So the bearing surfaces on that brass bearing in the turntable are riding on here, here, and here. So those are the areas that I need to concentrate on lubricating. I'm just going to use my finger. Try not to use too much. Definitely don't want to get it in the wrong places. But this part over here is essentially located away from any, that drive wheel, that rubber drive wheel is nowhere near that, so I'm not worried about it. Okay. And like I said, I don't want to use too much. I don't want it to wick up into the flatter part of the turntable. I'm going to clean this up a little bit here. There. That should be pretty good. I just put a little bit more on this. There we go. Alright. And these little brass bearing things. Yeah. Now you can see it turn it. I'm going to lubricate inside there too. I don't know if this grease is going to wick in there or not. But as these things turn around, it all has to do with the whole mechanism turning. So I'm sure it all has to do with the hand lifting and all that, the arm lifting and all that stuff. So, anyways, I don't really care about that. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like I said earlier, basically using it as a manual turntable anyway. So that doesn't really matter. If it works, all the better. That should be pretty good. I want to get enough on so when these ride on these channels in here, that it sort of lubricates them too as well. So that's why I put a little extra on there. Okay, I guess it's time to start putting this motor back together and then install it into the turntable. So the shaft of the motor goes through here, and there's two holes here that line with these two and this, so I can't really go wrong. So that's the way it goes on. And one of these little star washers Well, I haven't lost anything yet. Good sign. All right. Just hand loosening them, basically. There we go. Now I'll crank down a little bit. Should be plenty. All right. Now to physically put it in there, I'm going to have to change orientation here. Okay, at least now I can kind of see what I'm doing. Screw's a little tough to put in there, I'm surprised. And what do you know, I am missing one washer. But should be pretty easy to find a replacement. I have a whole bunch of washers. I'll go find a right size washer and I'll be right back. Okay, I found another washer. Put that in there. Okay, the motor's back in there. Now, I think it's time to make a new cord for the record player. And I think what I'll do here is, it's pretty boring. I'll just make a cord, attach it to the switch, and then come back. And then we'll give it a shot. Okay, I put a nice new power cord on here. Nice rubber one, non-polarized. And the line cord too. Now we'll plug in the side of the chassis. But for now I can just plug it into an extension cord or something just to test the player. It's time to put on this wheel again that rubs against the side of the platter. There we go. And a little flexible flat washer here, which I'll just coat on both sides with a thin layer. Yeah, it better be thin too. We don't want it migrating to the rubber part on the edge, do we? Okay. I'm trying to see how smooth this turns. Oh, that turns nice and smooth. Okay. Now it's time to put on the retaining clip. and the platter, and I think it's time for a test. Okay, there's the clip. It won't be coming off. Be right back. I'm going to wash my hands to get the grease off, and then we'll put the platter on. Okay, it's time to put on the platter. Just cleaning off the top here. It's got a few pieces of like lint and stuff. It's in pretty good shape though. Alright. Turntable's out of hand, the arm is out of the way. This mechanism, see how it wants to hit the side? I think probably what I need to do not sure. Maybe if I just hold it over with this, screwdriver. And so what's going to happen is if I try to drop the turntable on here, it's going to want to push down on this rubber piece and might hurt it. So my thinking is if I hold it a little bit and then work this way down. There we go. Well, that didn't work, but I can still see it there. There's going to be some trick to this. Oh, there we go. Okay, now let's see what happens here. Okay. Okay, it wants to rub down. Okay. Now let's put it in manual mode. Alright. Everything should be freewheeling. This should be freewheeling. Well, I guess it's time to try it. I'll hook up a extension cord here and we'll give it a shot.